Cheers. Come closer. I want to tell you something. Context is boring. Now, before you think I've lost my mind, which I probably did a long time ago, well, at least to YouTube it is anyway. I've had a few comments recently of people asking me why I've got a paid platform now. Why do you have the Life of Hair Digital Academy? Why not share everything you know here on YouTube? Well, if I shared everything I knew here on YouTube, unfortunately, nobody would see it. Well, a very small number of people, comparative to the amount of people who I'd like to see, would see it. And let me explain why this is and how this phenomenon works here on YouTube. But before I do that, I just want to let you know that from here on out, I will be making a lot more content over on the Life of Hair Extra. The Life of Hair Extra will be a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of some of these tutorials. There will be some of my thoughts and feelings, not necessarily all hair. You may hear what I actually think about things, because I think ultimately when you've been fortunate enough to be given a platform to share information, whether it be pertinent or relevant to one person, it may not be pertinent and relevant to another. And so on the other channel, the Life of Hair Extra, I will be making some more, let's call it experimental style content. And I will be exploring my inner content creator rather than the kind of fixed tutorial style that you'll see here on the Life of Hair. Now, let's talk about that good old context. Now, I'll tell you the big problem with context. Context means long and information rich. But the problem with that is that I get comments like, this guy talks too much. When is he going to get to the point? I didn't need to know that. Now, a lot of you do need to know these things and do want to hear it. But the problem with that is that beautiful fast forward button here on YouTube, where you can skip ahead. And those, every time you hit that skip ahead button, those metrics are read by the algorithm. And when I look at the analytics of my videos, you see there's a problem. If I make videos that are short and sharp and get to the point, but don't have any context, don't have any background story or when or where or how to use them, then lots and lots of people watch the videos for longer periods of time. Whereas when I make content that is information rich, lots of context, lots of how, why, when and where, well, ultimately those videos get skipped through because they get exponentially longer when I give you the nuts and bolts of a video. Here's the thing, it leaves me with a dilemma. Put lots and lots of time, effort and energy into making long form content that is more expensive, more energy zapping, more time zapping, more resource zapping. Post them onto YouTube for only a few people to enjoy, and actually that means that video that I made can be at a loss to me. Now here's something that not everybody thinks about. And it's something that, you know, when we look at creating content, it costs money. It costs equipment, it costs product, time, energy, effort. It's costly. So effectively making this social media content isn't cheap at all. In fact, it's very, very expensive in the grand scheme of things. And so when I look at creating content, that content's got to pay for itself. So if I'm making content, videos for everybody to enjoy, which I love, those videos need to pay for themselves. Ultimately, if I make context-rich, long-form videos that nobody's watching, actually then I'm making a loss on that video, and that is very, very pointless. Because it would be a bit like someone coming to you and then you saying to them, I'm going to charge you, £5 for that. And you know it's at a loss, but you just do it anyway. And next time it's £5 and next time £5 and eventually you're out of business. And you can't keep cutting that person's hair. It's the same with these YouTube videos. If we want the quality to be high, if we want the information to be strong, then it costs money and time. And when I create YouTube videos, I do it for the love of sharing what I know. Now, it's not to say that my videos that I'll create from this point out will be any less information rich, but definitely less nuts and bolts in them. Now, that's not to say that's a bad thing, because maybe you don't want all the nuts and bolts, and in fact, when I look at the analytics, the majority of you don't want the nuts and bolts. But if you do want the nuts and bolts, then I have the Academy. If you want to join up, 50% off for the first 6 months, linked in the description down below. I hope you understand where I'm coming from with this, and that this is a business at the end of the day. It's become a business, and I have to make sure that that business is viable and tenable for a long period of time. If you want to support me in the creation of my videos, then please head down to the Academy and sign up for the £4 a month tier, where you'll get access to the community, you'll get access to the lives. You can also join the channel and just support me that way. Again, you can join the community over on my Academy, which I can give you access to if you join the £5 tier. And the reason it's £5 on here and £4 over there is because YouTube take a percentage cut of the money that you pay to join this channel. And there's also a £2 tier, and that just helps me produce content, effectively buying me a coffee each month, and it really will help. So I hope you understand this, and it's not offensive in any way. I don't mean it to be a negative message. I just would love to keep creating content, good high quality content with lots of nuts and bolts, lots of context, lots of whys, wheres and whens. But unfortunately, YouTube and its algorithm doesn't lend itself to be that place. So one last thing before I go. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on the Life of Hair Extra channel. I'm currently on about 850. So please head down to the description, click the link that says subscribe to the Life of Hair Extra, and give it a sub. Until then, big love. See you soon.